Good morning. Uh, just excited to be here and for my second SEC Media Day. Last year it was all a blur, and now I can finally see clearly. Looking forward to starting the season with my fairly new team and excited about going through the journey with them. Well, I guess you would have to ask the people that get to interact with us every day, but I know that it is important for me to project that type of energy and build the type of reputation that I want for our women's basketball program from now until years to come. Yeah. Yes, exactly. That I mean you're 100% correct. If you were to ask me, this would be a true year one for me because last year when I got the job, it was in complete turmoil. In better words, I mean I don't know what other word to use, and I was just focused on giving those players a great experience. Now we've had a little shot of recruiting some kids, and so we have better relationships. I know who they are. I know what they're about, and so we're going to focus on laying the foundation this season. Yeah, it's coming along. I mean, we're young, so we have a lot of freshmen that are in there, and we have one young lady that transferred in that's going to help us a lot. Had to sit out last year, and they're just going through probably like every new team that doesn't have a team full of veterans, just trying to figure out how to compete on a daily basis and understanding their strengths and weaknesses at this level. Yeah. Recruiting is going fantastic. Surprisingly, we've been able to make a lot of headway with that, with the type of season we had last year. But there's one thing that I can sell is opportunity and playing time and a space for them to make an immediate impact as a freshman. And that's like every program that's starting from the ground up. And so we've been able to have a lot of traction. I'm excited to announce our 2020 class when the time permits. Yeah, I mean, Tori's been incredible. Last year, she didn't play, obviously, and so she was just a great voice. And I think that opportunity gave her a chance to feel me out as far as my coaching style and my expectations. She's a three-point shooter. That's what she does, and that has been a bright spot for us every day in practice. Yeah, I mean, I think Ole Miss is just a beautiful campus. When you come to Oxford, you feel the family feel right away. It's a community atmosphere. It's a college town. People are very proud of Ole Miss, and so Rebel Nation stands strong. You know, you feel it when you come. The facilities are top notch. The investment that administration has made has helped move us forward as far as recruiting is concerned. And I mean, my family loves it there. My staff, it's really become home pretty quickly for me.
Coach, does Tori have a green light to shoot the three whenever she feels it?
Absolutely. When she wakes up, she has the green light. And I told her she needs to try to beat her own record this year. I think she made 10 threes in a game previously, so she's definitely in the gym and letting it fly. Good morning. Best, I'm not sure. I know that there are many that have great environments when we walk into their gym, their arena, and so, and hopefully we can be one of those in the near future. You know what they say, when you win, they come. And so, but there are many, too many to name, of great environments that I've had an opportunity to compete in, and I'm looking forward to checking out the other venues this year. Yeah.
From both outside and now from within, what did and what do you see the league as a whole doing for its women's basketball programs to help increase support, attendance, or whether it
Yeah.
be followers on your Twitter account?
Yeah. First of all, I think the SEC is the number one conference in the nation. Obviously, okay, it's biased, but with the commitment that's been made, I've coached in many conferences, Big East, ACC. I've never seen a commitment from the top down like they have for the student athletes. It's been phenomenal for the support as far as the coaches, the fan support, and then internally with our university, our Markham group is, I will put them up against anybody in the country. They're just extremely committed to getting my message out, getting the stories out of my players, and that type of investment is what we need to move the needle forward.
Coach Williams Flournoy from Auburn said that's some of the things that you just mentioned
Yeah.
are why coaches generally don't leave this league. There's not a lot of turnover because where else would you go? Did you get that impression going through the league?
I'm hoping I can have the same sentiment. Absolutely. I think, again, another thing that the conference does, we're the most diverse. We have the most minority women in Power Five. And so the investment for just having a diverse field from the chancellors, the presidents, to the ADs, to the commissioner, speaks volumes about what our conference, how we want to be portrayed, what we want to stand for, and us being the ones that are the trendsetters for women's basketball, for sure. Yeah, well, that's essentially that's the new wave now. You know, there were, I think, 700 transfers in the portal. Why not Ole Miss get a few? You know, so that we can move a couple steps ahead. When you bring in a freshman, they usually take time because they hadn't had any collegiate experience. When you have a transfer, they've had collegiate experience, and you have an opportunity to have them in your system for a year so that they can learn your system. So they come in just way more mature. And so in order for me to move the needle in the direction that I want, I had to infuse freshmen with transfers. Is that going to be the way that I'm going to continue to run the program? I'm not sure, but right now, that is what's needed to try to get some stability throughout the group. Yeah, big difference.
Obviously here with the network having a really huge presence, and you mentioned the marketing. Um, I'm curious as to how you can characterize the difference, if there is a difference, in the amount of marketing that the SEC does to help promote women's basketball and to help put families in the seats, so to speak.
Yeah,
Can you, not in terms of dollars, but
yeah.
how do you describe that?
Well, I mean, first of all, we have our own network. I mean, and we started off with that. And so, again, I think we were definitely out front of everybody when it comes down to having a network and supporting it. So you can always, our games are always televised, and I think that helps as far as the conference being able to help put people butts in the seats. Just the way that our social media accounts are ran. And I think a lot of that has to do with internally. My group meets with me. I have an external team of 20 plus people that meet with me once a month just to talk about women's basketball and the ways that we will be able to promote it, and the ways, ideas that I may have, and the ways that we can support our student athletes.
You mentioned how diverse the
Yeah.
league is. How helpful is that in recruiting? Maybe you tell recruits about opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, it's been huge. Anytime I go out to recruit, I get to talk about my conference. And so that's been a help. Sometimes the challenge is I'm competing against coaches in the conference for a student athlete, but at the end of the day, I think it could be a win-win. The opportunities, when you look of Andrea Carter and Asia Wilson and others of the likes that played in the conference and has had an opportunity to come back and be a part of it. From interns that you see, these are student athletes that have graduated, and that means a lot, and it's a selling point because everyone knows with women's basketball, there's a 12-women roster in the WNBA, and then there's a handful that get to go overseas that is highly competitive. So what else? What will they be able to do after the air gets out of the ball? And so the conference definitely provides a lot of opportunities for that, and that's what makes it an easy sell for me.